Jai Sri Narayan.
Jai Sri Narayan.
Jai Sri Narayan.
Jai Sri Narayan.
I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars, and I welcome Lord Sri Ram on the first day of the Sri Ram Navami festival that is held here at the Sri Narayan Dham and across the world wherever Sanatan Dharma is prevalent. I welcome Wood Lord Sri Ram, Mother Sita, and all the Devis and Devatas that took part in the Ram Leela 2 million years ago when they were down here on earth. I also want to take this opportunity in wishing all those that are in Sanatan Dharma a very happy new year. It is said that there is a Telegu New Year, a Tamil New Year, and a Hindi New Year. All of you have heard of that? Telegu is a language, Tamil is a language, and Hindi is a language. Happy New Year to all those who belong in Sanatan Dharma. This is the original and the exact and the real and the scientific New Year. We welcome Lord Ram, for he is here to celebrate his birth after attaining His Ram Mandir after many, many, many centuries. Lord Ram waited patiently. And this year, he can celebrate together with us that in Sanatan Dharma, this temple. Where is this temple? Ayodhya means, what is the meaning of Ayodhya? Ayodhya is a city. Ayodhya also means it cannot be and it will be restored in its material aspect. Then we also know in Sanatan Dharma that whenever the Lord descends, He comes for a few reasons. He comes for a few reasons to accomplish that which is necessary so that the human dimension can come back to Him. The human dimension can come back to Him. So the Lord descends to establish Dharma. He also descends to annihilate Adharma. What is Adharma? What is Dharma? What is Dharma? Righteousness, righteous principles. And Adharma, unrighteous principles. So the Lord descends to simultaneously set up religious principles whilst annihilating irreligious principles. Is it an absolute science? Is it logical? Is it sensible? That if the Lord descends, then He sets up righteousness and annihilates unrighteousness. Lord Ram also descended because it was a desire of Mother Lakshmi to spend some time with Lord Narayan. Because in Vaikuntha, Lord Narayan is being served by an infinite amount of souls, and this is a great part of the Leela, where they have to go into the forest for 14 years, so that it was her desire to spend some time alone with Lord Sri Ram or Lord Narayan. But unfortunately, within that 14 years, many incidents happened. And then, and very important to Sri Vaishnavism, very important to Sri Vaishnavism, is that Lord Ram wanted to teach mankind how to worship the Murti of Sri Rangana. Lord Ram wanted to worship the Murti of Sri Rangana. He wanted to teach the people to worship the Murti of Sri Rangana. Where is the Murti of Sri Rangana? Who made the Murti of Sri Ranganatha. The Murti of Sri Ranganatha is currently housed in the temple of Sri Ranga. And this Murti is millions and millions and millions of years old. And it is a manifestation of Lord Sriman Narayan without any human making this Murti. And one of Lord Ram's reasons for his descending was to teach people to worship, on how to compassionately worship this Murti. Where is this Murti? Sri Ranga. And I'm going to, on the last day, somebody need to remind me. Well, nobody is going to be here beside Mataji, Charles, and Chris. Chris, you must remind me next week, Thursday, to reveal the great secret of absolute science. Great secret of absolute science called Sanatan Dharma. Okay. So, these are the 4 reasons Lord Ram descended on planet Earth. So let's get some background. Let us get some background. How many of you heard of Narad Muni? He's a sage that wanders from place to place, chanting the mantra Om Namo Narayanaya and playing his veena. So he went to the ashram of Valmiki. He went to the ashram of Valmiki, and in a nutshell, Valmiki asked him, who is the most perfect person? Who is the absolute person? Who is the purest person? And Narad Muni told him the story of Lord Ram. Narad Muni told him the story of Lord Ram, and at that point in time, Lord Ram was currently living in Ayodhya. Lord Ram was currently living in Ayodhya. Valmiki was absolutely ecstatic on hearing this great tale of Lord Ram, and he was on his way to a river when he saw 2 birds playing and sporting, and all of a sudden the male bird fell dead to the ground, and he saw the female bird lamenting Besides the male bird, and this tore his heart in two, and he echoed a curse. He echoed a curse, and suddenly he realized that he should not have cursed. Who is he to have cursed? He also realized that the curse was in tune as a shloka. Shloka is a rhyming verse, and this curse was in tune as a shloka, and a curse is called a soka, and a soka converted itself into a shloka. And while he was mulling this in his mind and meditating, Lord Brahma appeared in his meditation and revealed the story of the Ramayana to be written in the shloka. Okay? So this is the background to Valmiki's Ramayana. Then leading up to Lord Ram's birth, Lord Ram's father's name was King Dasratra. Was it? Dasrat? What was Lord Ram's father's name? Dasrat. He was ruling Ayodhya, and at that time Ayodhya was as modern as our cities are today. He was collecting his taxes, and he was replenishing his citizens with abundance. Everything was perfect. He was also metering punishments to those that were transgressing in a proper manner. Was in equity. However, he had one desire, and that was to get a son. So he held a yagya. He held a yagya wherein he invited many kings from many kingdoms, and if hundreds of thousands of people, Marquis, have you not seen political rallies with tens and tens of thousands of people? He held a yagya in a similar manner. simultaneously, as this yajna was being held, there was a meeting in the heavenly planets. And one of the most important reason for this meeting was that Ravana was causing chaos on planet Earth. Ravana was causing chaos on planet Earth, and due to his austerities and penances, he was given a boon by Lord Brahma. And in that boon, no god, or Devi or Devta, or Aspara, or Gandharvas could kill him. And he was so arrogant when he was asking for this boon that he did not state that no man can kill him. He did not make a requisition that no man could kill him. So the Devis and Devatas, they asked Lord Narayan to please take his birth as a ordinary man. Please take his birth as an ordinary man and annihilate Lord Narayan told the Devis and Devatas, I will take birth as 4 sons of King Vishnu. And from the fire, who emerged from the fire of the yajna? A sage carrying what? A bowl. And what did he have in his bowl? Sweet rice. And what did he tell King Dasrat? With his 3 main queens. How many queens did King Dasrat have? 3? Go and research. I said 3 main queens. Who were the 3 main queens? Kaushalya and Sumitra. So he took the first, he divided the first portion in 2 halves and he gave it to KK and Kaushalya and Sumitra. Then he divided the other half in 2 and gave it to Kaushalya and Sumitra. So how many portions did Kaushalya have? Kaushalya had 1 portion, KK had 1 portion, and Sumitra had 2 portions. And very soon all the queens gave birth. Who gave birth to Lord Ram? Kaushalya and then Sumitra gave birth to Lakshman and who? Lakshman and Shatrughan and KK gave birth to Bharat. How many sons? So, according to the Pancharatra Agama, Lord Narayan takes how many forms? How many? 4 forms. According to the Pancharatra Agamas, which is a authorized scripture as per the Mahabharata and the Brahma Sutras. The Pancharatra Agamas are authorized scripture as per the Mahabharata and the Brahma Sutras. And it is stated in the Pancharatra Agama that the Lord takes birth in 4 manifestations. So, the human, to fulfill the human need, they took birth as Lord Ram, Lord Lakshman, Lord Bharat, and Lord Shatrughan. This was to fulfill the human need. Then there is a societal need. What is the societal need? For every society to function as a civilization of human, what needs must be required? Sorry? What needs, what 4 needs have to be required for a fully functional society? You must have religious principles, economic development, fulfillment of desires, and liberation. You must have religious principles, economic development, fulfillment of desires, and liberation. These are the 4 requirements for a civilized society. So Lord Ram fulfilled the religious principles, Lakshman fulfilled the economic development, Bharat fulfilled the fulfillment of desires, and Shatrughan fulfilled liberation. Then they also had to fulfill we said they had to fulfill the criteria for human society, for human being, and then for society, and then they also had to fulfill the spiritual criteria. And what was the spiritual criteria? What was the spiritual criteria? Lord Ram represented Vasudeva, Lakshman represented Sankarsana, Bharat represented Pradyumna, and Shatrughan represented Aniruddha. And these are the four manifestations of Lord Narayan. Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. And this fits in exactly with our topic on creation. Because when the three Gunas, after being agitated by time, breaks down the Mahatattva, and the Mahatattva, or the total cosmic principle, becomes effulgent and swallows up the darkness of the dimension of the causal ocean. Then these four principles appear one after the other in material creation. And the first appearance is by Vasudeva, and Vasudeva means pure consciousness. So when this material creation took place, there was initially pure consciousness, and then through Sankarsana, the first contamination took place. And the very first contamination in this pure consciousness is material ego. Material ego means material identity. And from this material ego or identity, just let me get back. Vasudeva, crystal clear consciousness called Suddha Sattva. Crystal clear consciousness called Suddha Sattva. And then the next manifestation, Sankarsana, and the first contamination takes place in this pure consciousness called material ego or material identity. And this material identity in the mode of goodness, in the mode of goodness delivers the mind, and in the mode of passion delivers the intelligence. And the controller of the mind is creation, material creation. And in material creation, one of the ingredients of material creation is misery. And how many types of misery are there? How many types of misery are there? 4 main types. psychological illness, which makes you miserable, biological illness, which makes you miserable, and then misery caused by the Devis and Devatas, excessive heat, change of weather pattern, excessive cold, doesn't it? And this diseases. This eases. Ease means you are in comfort. Dis-ease means you are in discomfort. And one of these dis-eases are called viruses. What is a virus? What is a virus? It's a germ. It is measured in nanometers, which means it is very, very small, microscopic. Its makeup is of DNA and RNA, and it has a protein, shell, and it replicates in the cell of a host. It can be found in the protoplasm. It's called a virus. It can attack or replicate in a plant cell, an animal cell, or a human cell. The human body has an immune system. And if you are or in your 40s and younger, then this immune system can combat virus adequately. If you are older, you may require medication to combat this virus. So combating this virus, which we are calling corona virus, is one of these miseries that is prone to make man really miserable. Is it not? What is the size of this misery, Pops? Cannot be seen with the eye. But the greatest leaders of the world, the biggest generals, the greatest terrorists, are in quarantine. What does quarantine mean? They are in hiding from this subatomic virus that cannot be seen. And almost all parts of the world is locked down. So this is called collective karma. You have individual karma, you have family karma, you have societal karma, You have tree or kingdom karma. Then you have continent karma. And this is called world karma. This category is called world karma. This karma will be continuously still to be formed. Because this is Kali. And at the end of Dwapara Yuga, when it was down, Lord Sri Krishna, Yudhishthira asked Lord Sri Krishna, in the forthcoming, with all these miseries, how can man overcome all these impediments? And Lord Sri Krishna told him to ask Bhishma. And Bhishma was sleeping on a bed of arrows, awaiting the correct time to leave his body, chant the Vishnu Sahasranamam. All you have to do to annihilate this pandemic is to chant the Vishnu Sahasranamam. When you chant it, you build up your own immune system, and when you chant loudly, then you annihilate through the Vishnu Sahasranam, which is a spiritually potent sound vibration. And science have discovered that sound has form, which means sound has energy, and the energy in this form of the Lord's 1,000 names can annihilate any disease, virus, pandemic. So I will be making an appeal to the entire world This is absolute science. If every continent is playing the Vishnu Sahasranam continuously 24 hours a day, coronavirus got no chance of continuing its misery. The Sri Narayan Dham has been playing the Vishnu Sahasranam for the past 5 months, almost between 12 and 14 hours a day. It is easy to download the Vishnu Sahasranam, and I recommend those that's going to download the Vishnu Sahasranam to download the version by His Holiness Swami Chinna Jaya. You'll find it on YouTube. And the reason I'm saying this is ordinary bhajan singers, if they do not know Sanskrit, then they would not be able to pronounce his names in Sanskrit accordingly, because it has to have the right pronunciation for the mantra to unlock its energy. The pronunciation in chanting has to be at the right frequency to unlock the spiritual potency in the mantras, so that they can annihilate not only coronavirus, all viruses and illnesses. And this is the time Lord Narayan has stepped down as Lord Sri Ram. And in this great time of social media, the entire world can witness the absolute science of Sanatan Dharma. Coronavirus has already shown the world that Sanatan Dharma is an absolute science. The world is already acknowledging, and mantras are being played, mantras are being chanted around the world, even in Western countries and Western governments. I would also like to make another request. The soul of every country is its The soul of every country is its government. The soul of every country is its government. And if the soul, which is the government of every country in the world, starts playing the Vishnu Sahasranamam in their parliaments, and starting from the leaders, and the leaders requesting Sanskrit mantra to be played, then the coronavirus will be annihilated. How much is 1 lakh in Hindi? Lok Sita, how much is 1 lakh in Hindi? 1 million or 1,000? This lockdown for 21 days. India started its lockdown when? Yesterday. India started its lockdown yesterday, and this lockdown for 21 days, if it is not successful, it can damage, or it can cause damage, which will set us back for 21 years. Set us back for 21 years. So follow the rules. From tomorrow midnight, South Africa is going under lockdown for 21 days. I encourage all South Africans to stay indoors with your family. This is the time to get closer to the God of your choice and for the God of your understanding. But in terms of the medical understanding of the virus, modern science is saying virus is a living entity, and some modern scientists are saying that viruses are not living entities. It does not matter. If you pick up the virus and if your immune system combats the virus in your body, in that time you would have given that virus to 10 other people. So whilst your body is cured, that virus is replicating to 10 other people, and that 10 other people is giving the virus to 100 other people. How much is 1 lakh, Sita? 1 lakh is 100,000. So I heard a speech yesterday by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he said that he had information from the World Health Organization that it takes 67 days to infect 100,000 people. The first people are quarantined, then this virus will kill itself. If it is not given a host cell, it cannot replicate itself on the outside. It needs, and this virus is a transmission from human to human. In your distances, if we all have to go to the supermarkets and we all have to go to the banks. We all have to go to the supermarket, we all have to go to the banks. Listen and assist the soldiers. Listen and assist the policemen. These soldiers and policemen, these workers that's working in the supermarket, doctors, these emergency services, when you sit in at home, pray for them, because they are standing on the front line to keep you safe. They are sacrificing their life and the life of their family to keep safe. They want to provide you food. The petrol attendants, the garages, wherever you go, wherever you make contact with these emergency people, make namaste. Make namaste. Do not get irritated in queues. Do not get irritated when these policemen send you back home. Do not get arrogant. Whatever they are doing, they have left their family vulnerable. They have made themselves vulnerable for your protection. Follow every protocol diligently. Listen to the policeman. Listen to the bank teller. Listen to the security guard. If your queue was cut short and you are asked to go home, do not argue, because if you pick up a virus and you take it home, then you will be responsible for the collateral damage that you're going to cause. Because these people are working in a system. The government has already introduced a system. There is a system in place. Follow all these systems without any anger, without any arrogance, and with total patience. If you didn't get your bread today, you'll get your bread tomorrow. If you couldn't withdraw your money today, you'll withdraw your money tomorrow. They cannot explain their contingency plans to everyone. They might just ask you to turn back. This place is now off bound. Do not fight and ask for explanations. They are our brothers on the front lines. They are our sisters on the front line. And if we follow all the protocols, within this 21 days, South Africa will be, within this 21 days, and listening the Vishnu Sahasranam, listening to the Vishnu Sahasranam, everything will be fine. Is that understood? Are there any questions? Dana, any questions? Okay. From the Sri Narayan Dham, we have myself, Mataji, Chris, Lizwe, and Charles residing on these premises. We won't be leaving these premises, and we won't allow coronavirus to stop us from celebrating the Ram Navami. You all can catch us on, follow us on Facebook. Alright, you all can follow us on Facebook. The satsangs will continue live. And what a beautiful for Lord Ram to step on planet Earth. What a beautiful time for Lord Narayan in his form as Lord Ram to step on planet Earth. Because the promise of the Lord is that when he descends, then he will, when he descends, then he will annihilate the suffering of mankind. Jai Sri Narayan.